It's another Wednesday on Galaxy Television, and this is about that time when you join us to be part of an avenue where we learn diction. Diction Avenue is a program you're watching. My name is Abigail Anaba, and on the show today we will continue our journey learning English, speaking English without accent, because we know that your accent is your asset. And so on the show today we are going to be talking about the short U sound. Yes, you probably know a number of sounds that are associated with the short U, but we're going to be talking about one of them today. Also on the show we're going to answer a question that a lot of people have asked, and we have actually discussed on the avenue a couple of times, but it comes up again, and there's no harm reminding people of what the answer is. So the question we're going to be taking on Ask Anything English today is, should you say my name is or my names are? Well, we'll get an accurate answer to that question. And on Stories That Teach, we're going to be talking about being helpful through the story of Dele the deer. We will learn whether it is okay to be helpful all the time, or whether there are times you're not expected to be helpful. You'll listen to the story and come at your own conclusion. And so we are going to start off by looking at the topic for today, but as usual, you know how we do it. You get to be part of the show by answering our question of the day. And so we are going to start off by looking at the question of the day. And what is our question? The question has to do with a short U sound, as I said. And the question is, which of these words has the sound on display? And that's the sound O. Which of these words has that sound on display? Is it A, B, C, or D? Interestingly, all the words are spelled with the same double O-L at the end, O-O-L at the end. We don't say double when there's O-O, okay. We have O-O-L at the end, so you're going to decide which of these words has the sound on display, which is our target sound for today, the sound O. Remember that you can be part of the show. This is your part. You can be part of the show by sending your answer, and you should send your answer to the number 0805 584 9525. Again, the number is 0805 584 9525. That's the number on the display, and it's SMS only. Answer the question of the day. Don't forget to include your name and where you are texting us from, so that we can identify you when your answers do come in. All right, so we are going to be talking about the sound of the day, and that is the vowel O. Now, this is a very interesting vowel. The interesting thing about this vowel is that it is a vowel that is contained in our native languages, but because of its similarity to another sound, we usually do not produce it correctly when we find it in words. It's also a little confusing because, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, the short U sound, which has this sound, there are two different short U sounds. And so people basically assign a longer sound to this sound. But what is the sound? Well, a very quick way of learning how to say this sound is to think of the Yoruba word okay. Yeah, when you say okay, up or heaven, okay, upwards, okay. When you say okay, the first sound in okay, that's O. That is the short U sound we're discussing today, O. If you speak the Igbo language, the word okay, which means rat, also has that sound as the first sound. So whether you're going with the Yoruba word okay or the Igbo word okay, the first sound there is the O sound. O. O, O. Remember that that is a sound for letter O in English, but that is a sound for letter O in our native language, but in English it is the short U sound. And of course that is where the confusion comes in, because we think of that sound as a sound for letter O based on our native languages, but when you bring it over to English, it is the sound for the short U, O. And so, having learned the sound, let's look at how it is spelled. And we have various spelling variants. We're going to be considering 3 spelling variants for the O sound. And the 3 spelling variants we have are O, OO, and OU. Those are the 3 spelling variants, and the more the spelling variants that occur more in the English language: O, OO, and OU. So sometimes you come across the letter O standing the OO, and it gives you the O sound. Sometimes you come across OU, and it gives you the O sound, and sometimes the letter U standing on its own gives you the O sound. So we're going to look at word examples. Let's translate these spelling variants to word examples. And what are the word examples? The very first word we'll be looking at is the word pull. Pull. Now, I did mention that we have a way of substituting the O sound with another sound. So when you see those words, automatically you know the sound we substitute it with. Most of the time we'll go oo when we see that sound, but the sound is not oo, it is O. So it would be a good thing to contrast between the 2 sounds. Don't go oo, go O. So you go pull, pull, not pool, but pull. The next word we have there is should. Interestingly, the L in that word is also silent. So you don't go should or should. Rather, you go should, should. The next word there is push, push, not push, but push. The next word is would, not would, not would, but would, would. And finally, we have on that page put, put, not put, but put, put. So you take note that what you do is say O, and then you add the consonant behind it, all, and then you add the first consonant in the case of the words here. So O is the sound. Pull, should, push, would, put. It will be good if you practice, because that's the only way you can get it right. It's by practicing, and the more you practice, the more you get it right. We still have another set of words we'll be looking at, and we have 5 more words that we'll be considering, which has the O sound, and we're looking at other spelling variants, especially OO. So we have the word shook, shook. So you don't go shook, he shook its tail. No, it's shook, shook, shook its tail. Could, that's another word, could. So you don't go cooled, you go could. Would, that's another word. Firewood, not wood, but wood. Good, as in the first word in good morning. So you don't go good, you go good. And finally, hook, hook, not hook, but hook. Another thing to note about the short U sound O is that there are variants. There are words which has the other sound, which is oo, the longest sound. For instance, if you say pool, you're not talking about pulling someone, you're talking about a pool of water, right? So it's good for you to learn the correct way to say it so that you do not confuse people and they don't start asking you, which pool are you talking about? Are you talking about a pool of water, or are you saying pull them out? So when you pronounce words correctly, you prevent misunderstanding of the words. And so that's the short U sound. We have learned the various ways that the short U sound can be spelled, either with the letter U, OO, and OU. And we've taken 10 different spelling examples or word examples for the short U sound. As I always encourage people, the best way for you to get better with the English language is if you keep practicing and practicing, because it's not for nothing that they say practice makes perfect. So the more you practice, the better you become. So when you learn a new sound, the best thing for you to do is to repeat the sound over and over until you master it. So now I would like you to keep practicing. Practice, practice, practice the short U sound. And the short U sound that we learned today is O. Take note, not U in these words, but O, O, O. Because the sound is said with rounded lips, and so you go O, O, O. Take note of that. And that is the sound on display. If you're looking at the symbol, it looks like a pot. I'm sure that's the omega sound, but the omega sound is written the other way around. So it's like the upside down omega sound. Well, if you're just joining us, all you have done, if you've missed just a bit of the show, but we are still here talking about the short U sound, and we gave out a question at the beginning of the show. I am going to give out that question again, so that if you're just joining us, you have an opportunity to answer the question. And we gave out 4 words, and we asked which of these words has the O sound, which is a target sound that we're discussing today. Which of the words has the O sound? Do you think it's A? Do you think it's B? Do you think it's C? Or do you think it's D? I have a couple of answers already, but you're free to send in your answer through the number 0805 584 9525. Again, 0805 584 9525. Remember, it's text message only. We do not take calls. We just take your text messages. And do not forget to include your name and where you're texting us from when you're sending in your text.